Hello friends, welcome back. In this session we will talk about Kafka installation. What we will do, we will create a 3 broker cluster. Uh, to get started, let's go to the Kafka site and download Kafka version 2.11. Once you download it, you can unzip and you can keep it at any place in C drive or D drive, or if you're having the Mac machine, you can keep in your under any directory. For this session, I'm using Mac, but steps remain the same whether you're using Windows or Linux or Mac. Okay, once you download it, unzip it. Let's open the directory what we get once we download it. Okay, once you download it, this is the folder structure. What you get site docs, bin, config, lib is having all the jars which is needed for the Kafka implementations. For us, this directory is not required for starting a Kafka cluster. We have to go to the config folder. We will see lots of property files which Kafka internally use it for starting a Zookeeper or Kafka broker. Let's pay attention to a couple of files. First file is zookeeper.property files. This file get used when we start a Kafka Zookeeper. Let me open the file zookeeper.properties. Uh, this is the directory where Zookeeper keeps all the metadata about all the brokers, all the topics, all the partition. Okay, and this is the port 2181 where Zookeeper is running. Okay, let's open another file, server.properties. This property file get used by Kafka broker. When you start a Kafka broker, it uses server.property file. Okay, so what is mentioned here, ID of a given broker. You can have 10 brokers, 15 brokers. In this file you have to maintain their ID. Since this is a zip contains only one server.properties, it is going to start only one broker. But what we will do, we will create 3 files: server1.properties, server2.properties, server3.properties. Now we are focusing just what are these properties are, what are these values. If you see line number 31, this is the port where this Kafka broker will be running. Since we are going to start 3 brokers, we have to modify this property. By default it is 9092, right? But we can change this property. Let's see some other properties. Logged out directory. This is the directory where Kafka stores all the messages under log directory. It also mentions all the partitions, all the replicas under this directory only. By default, Kafka supports one partition. Okay, uh, let's see the retention hours. What it's trying to say is, whenever any message comes on a Kafka server, right, it can stay for 168 days. After that, that message will be deleted. So before that, you have to process that message. This is the lifetime of that message. It is place where you can modify it. You can keep it 24 hours, you can keep 48 hours, or by default it is 168 hours. This is the segment size. I will explain what is segment size in the next session. But for now, this is a segment size. This is a Zookeeper.connect. What is mentioning that when you start a broker, it needs to connect to Zookeeper, which is running on 2181. Okay, so this is the server.property file. Now we are focusing on creating 3 node cluster, right? Broker 1, broker 2, broker 3. So these 3 servers we have to create. So let's see what changes we have to do. I'm going to my documents where I have kept the Kafka. Yeah, not this one. Where did I kept it? Okay, let me see. Yeah, under document software, under Kafka. Yeah, I was there. Like, document softwares. Yeah, here it is. What I did, I created 3 files from server.property: server 1, server 2, server 3. Let's open one by one. I am opening server 1.property file. What changes I have done in this file? First, I did not modify the ID, it is 0. Then I uncommented this. When I'm going to start my broker 1, it will start at port 9092. Next thing, I have modified the log directory where I want to keep the messages within this broker. So this is the complete directory where the messages will be stored. Then I think rest of the information remains as it is. So what changes we have to do? Enable this port, on which port this broker will be running, and the log directory where this message will be stored. Okay, so let me open all these 3 files. Let's see the server.2. I've just modified the broker ID for my broker 2. Then I change the port, it's 9093. Since I have only one machine, 2 services cannot run on the same port. That is why I have to change the port. Okay, then I have to change the log location. This is my log location. Let's open this server.3 properties. This is my ID number 2. This is my listener. I'm going to say where my this broker number 3 will be running, that is 9094, and this is my log location. Okay, so let's start one by one. First we will start a zookeeper. So how to start a zookeeper? Okay, so you can do zookeeper. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. You have to add Kafka in your class path. So how to add that, right? I'll tell you. In Linux, right, you can go to your bash profile, you can add a export Kafka home, and you can provide the complete path where Kafka is kept. After that, you can add Kafka home in your path like this, $Kafka home/bin. When you do that, Kafka will be available in your class path. So once you add this successfully, if you type Kafka and tab, you will see all the commands which are available in Kafka. What we are going to do? We are going to start zookeeper. Right? If you see here, you will find a zookeeper somewhere. Yeah, I have these many commands: zookeeper, server, start. Let's start that. If you see here, this command did not run successfully. Why? It is looking for zookeeper.properties. So what we have to do? We have to provide the zookeeper.property file. How we can provide that? Let's config zookeeper.properties. Let's start this. What is going to do? It is going to start zookeeper now. So my zookeeper is started at port 2181. Okay. Now let's go and start our first broker. Is it started? Yes, it is started. Let's start our first broker. What I'll do? Kafka server start. Let's see what other parameters are there. When you hit it, right, it needs server.properties. The way we need a zookeeper.properties, it needs server.properties. So where is my that property? I have created server1, right? I'll passing server1.properties. Enter it. So my Kafka broker ID 0 is started. Similarly, we will start our Kafka broker number 2. Command remains the same, only the property file will be different. Now my Kafka broker number 2 is also started, and if you see, ID is 1. Let's go and start third broker. Now Kafka ID 2 is started. So I got 3 brokers. They are running independently. They are talking to the same zookeeper. Okay, so this is all about the installation. If you are still here, that means your Kafka is working fine. Okay, in the next section we will talk about Kafka producer, Kafka consumer, Kafka topic where we want to send a message, and we will talk about the partition and the replication. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching this video.